to the channel. Please like and subscribe and select the notification. I'd like to give kudos to Sony that they did the impossible. They have changed the arena of the camera world forever with the new introduction pre-release of their new Alpha 9 Mark III with the same standard 24.4 megapixel. But the one thing is different. They released their first global shutter sensor. This is it. This is something that people was talking about. They say it was impossible. It wasn't, Sony. It was rumored that Sony was testing this new global sensor. It was rumors about it, and now it is here. Now it is in the wild. Now that they put a hammer on the competition, they put a hammer on Canon. They put a hammer on Nikon. They put a hammer on Fuji. They put a hammer on Panasonic. And also Leica. This technology, and has this camera is 24 megapixels, global sensor, 120 frames per second, 4K, 120, no crop, a standard of 6K, from a 6K downsample to a 4K, and then you can record that from a 4K 120 or 4K 60 frames per second. Incredible. This is a game changer because you could do videos and everything on it. This is like a dream. But the only thing that people would probably complain about is it's a wide 24 megapixels. It's pretty much simple. They playing safe. They know that this technology is gonna be handle a lot of abuse when customers get their hands on it. Because right now we know the content creators and people were part of the Sony ambassadors, got their hands on it. They would test it out to see how it does, see how it functions, and then get the feedback to Sony. And I know these guys is like, this is a dream. This is something that they never expect. A brand new technology from a full frame sensor that has a global shutter, no rolling shutter, no nothing. So, and then with the new updated artificial intelligence that covers more details and everything, because they learn from feedback from their customers. And because, believe it or not, this camera is meant for sports. You talk about all sports, baseball, golf, everything, no bending, no flickering. You don't have to worry about no LED lights because it's going to be snapshot the way it is. I could see people use it for weddings, and and then the portrait. People do portrait photography for customers to do for portrait photography. This is a game changer because then you don't have to worry about no lighting situation. You could use on a speed light, a strobe light, anything. It's just the next level. It's totally the next level. But the one thing is, those who have the cash, $6,000, be released in the spring of 2024. It's gonna be sold out because a lot of people are gonna plan to sell their equipment. They're gonna sell everything they got to save enough money for that camera, because that camera is going to be sold out in the first couple of days when it's going to release. And I know those people, so some of those people or content creators are waiting to put their pre-order in. And most of us, because most sports photographers are in wildlife and portrait and real estate and events. They're going to use this one and also for media. This would be great for media and everything. So it's going to happen. And people are going to wait and say, well, what about the other cameras? It's going to be a while because when this camera is going to be released, it's going to be at least 2 years or three before this type of technology is going to be implemented to the either the A1 or the one of the A7 series. And lastly, it's going to be probably implemented to, it may not be implemented to the APS-C. If it does, it'll be a good game changer. But I could see this new global sensor technology going to be implemented to a lot of Sony products, including their cinema lines. It's a game changer. Because if you have a global sensor to do the recording for movies and anything, Sony just, I mean, Sony just increased the ante. They just throw the bomb and they just did it. But you got to give Sony credit. Sony worked hard on this. They're the one that throw the game on making the first mirrorless camera, and that everybody, so a lot of people are still stuck on that DSLRs, and then suddenly they had no choice but to abandon them, and then they had to went to mirrorless. Now Sony just released the first global shutter, and this is going to be a long time before Canon developed one or Nikon developed one, or they might have no choice but buy it from Sony, but Sony will dumb it down. This is the most. This is what's totally unexpected. We knew it was coming. We did, everybody was expected with the A9 Mark III, but no one there expected going to be a global shutter. No one. No one would never be a global shutter. It just shut down everybody. It just put everybody in awe. They put everybody in like shock to say they couldn't believe it. This is a new technology. And then we're going to hear reports that how this technology is good and how this technology is not that good. But each technology, this is a new technology. And like I said, with the ISO of 250 to 26,500 and the extended of 125 to 52,600, because I think it's because of the technology with the global shutter could reduce noise. And then go even further if you use the Sony Edge desktop app. So basically, there's nothing more can be said. Nothing. It's a total game changer. But $6,000 is a lot of money. Anyway, see you next time.